we are. Putting the boots on here, getting ready to go split some wood right now. It's not that hot yet. Putting my Danner boots on. Safety cap toe. I think August is the most humid month here where I live. Like even more humid than July. Just my thinking. Days are already a little bit shorter, but still we hit the peaks of 90 plus. Okay, got the boots on, strapped on. These are like putting ski boots on. These things, but they're pretty comfortable, I have to say. What was that? Jack over there in the sun. Okay. Take a little walk here through the garden. Look at how pretty it is. That's my wife's doing. She's the best at gardening. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? All these pretty flowers. Oh, we have a ducky down here. Is she thinking about laying an egg? Yes. One of the khakis. I should probably clean their pool out. That's a job. But yeah, take a little walk through the garden on my way over to the woodshed to do some splitting here. Those are the lilies, of course, they're done now. I forgot what this is called. It'll come to me in a minute. Black-eyed Susans. Zinnias. The little spider on there. Nice. I think those are, what are they? Peonies, I think. Look at those sunflowers. Celosia, they grow like weeds. Oh, I wish I could remember what these are. We have a lot of these growing in here. All right, let's go this way. Thanks for the like. Look at that. That looks cool. It's like a little arboretum here, friends. Butterfly bush. Rose. These guys they need a little pruning, I think. Look at that rose. That one's growing real leggy and tall. Rose of Sharon there. These need to be deadheaded. Maybe I'll do that later. Jack coming with me. They're tall. Tomatoes doing great. Somebody watered already this morning. Before I got up. Look at that. The tomatoes coming along beautifully. Let's ripen up. Come on, guys. We call this our solar garden because we have the 2 panels up there in here heating the water. Give you a different point of view. Looking down there, you can see our green beans. Let's go in here. Gotta hop the fence. The tomatoes staked there. Look, we got some coming along. So we actually picked these early. So like we would maybe pick that one now, or at least within the next day or so. What we're trying to avoid is that the stink bugs come in. As soon as they get riper than that, then they're more attractive to the stink bugs. And then they inject their little secretion in one side of it and spoil basically half the tomato. So we've got Romas here. I don't remember what these are. We have a few different varieties. Well, we have something Whopper, Parks Whopper or something. Here's the beans. They're looking great. The beans do really, really well here. Got more coming along. You got the marigolds in here. I think this is the dill. We got basil. Lots of basil. Basil does well here too. Over there we had the squash and cucumbers. And what else? We got, oh yeah, lemongrass. That's this stuff. So we use the lemongrass to make tea, which is great in the wintertime. Then we put our sour little oranges, more celosia, rosemary. And here is a little lettuce garden here. But my wife makes these little sticks here, which are kind of nice, out of the paint sticks to label them. More lettuce. So this stuff likes the cool weather. Here we got cilantro. Yep. No, parsley. That's parsley. The cilantro is done. I think my wife collected seeds already. There's some, what do we call this? This is also basil, but it's like a lemon, I think, Thai basil or something like that. This is really good in stir fries if you're doing Asian. Yeah, basil. Has a little bit different flavor than the standard basil. So we have a lot of marigolds planted in here because the thinking is that the marigolds are a bit of a deterrent to some pests. Here's one of our straw bale. I don't know what we planted in there. That looks like a pepper plant there on top. Squash. Look at that. It likes to grow everywhere. So the garden is doing very well this year. And we think one of the reasons is that we took the plastic off. We had plastic covering all of the beds, and we just went exclusively with homemade wood chips, which is what I did with the chipper over there. Making our way here to the woodshed because we're going to do some splitting. But I thought I'd give a little tour here of the garden and how beautiful it is this year. Look at this. So it does make it a little bit hard when the squash is all over to keep the grass down and trimmed. I can bring the mower in here and we try to make it so that we can do that. When we first built the gardens, we were a little too narrow in some places and the rocks make it a little trickier. I do come in with a weed whacker to get this stuff here. I'll do that later. But it's much quicker and more efficient if I can use the lawnmower. I have a push lawnmower. It's all I use on our property is a push lawnmower for exercise. Never getting a riding lawnmower. I say I never, but I never have had one. It's all push, and in fact, it's a driven rear wheel push mower, but the belt broke last year, and I never replaced it. So it's fully under my motive power for extra exercise intensity. Okay, we're here at the woodshed, and I have to get set here because look, you can see here what we're gonna split. I'm gonna get the hydraulic splitter and we're gonna start out with that. So bear with me here. Let's see. Yeah. I set this pile, so because I don't have a lot of space here, I don't want to put, this stuff was just fell down in May, the oak tree. And while you can see it was a dead tree, dying, it still has a lot of wet wood in it, so I don't want to put that in the front here. I have some of it in the front, but you can see this stuff, some of it's pretty dry, so it's fine. And we won't be burning for another few months here, so anyway, it's going to dry quick here in the sun, and that's where I'm putting it. And we'll leave it. And then when I start burning from the woodshed, I'll start adding this into it. Cut a little bit more. There's always trees getting cut down. This was along the road yesterday. Right beside the road, actually, there's more to be done. And I bring it home and we'll burn that too. Won't we, Jack? Let me see. I got to look at a message here. I got a message that Jack has not had his breakfast today yet. So, Jack, we need to give you breakfast, don't we? You hungry? You're a little ticked off, aren't you? I can see the look on your face, Jack. Okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna feed him because he needs his brekkie. Don't you, Jacko? You want to come back with me? Come on, we'll go do that. You coming? Come on. There he comes. Another look here. All the flowers. So pretty. And this was a garden we added this spring. Call this our rock garden because we put a whole bunch of rock down here. It's a fairly steep slope. We have a lot of relief on the property here. So when it rains hard, we have a lot of fast flowing water. Come here, Jacko. Come get breakfast. Let's see if Jack comes over here. Breakfast. Take it right out for him. Here we go. All right, here you go, Jack. There it is. Need to get you some water too. Shit, cold. Foamy. Why is it so foamy? FOMO. The ducks, they love here in the water. Should we do their pond? Pool? Hey, duckies. Like that? And duckies? Says we love muddy water. We love it. So this is kind of cool. I'll show you something else. You can learn stuff. So we keep bees, and the missus does all of that bee related stuff. And one of the things that they love, the bees love drinking water, especially right now because we're in kind of dry conditions. But if you just leave a pool of water, they'll drown. So we put this little towel on the edge so that they can take the water right off of the towel. Innovative, isn't it? But they're also eating the towel, which is weird, we think. This has been here a while, but you hear the bees buzzing there. honeybees. We're gonna put a little bit of, we'll use a little bit of the water. So what we typically do here is we bale it and use that for the pots in the gardens close by here. And this is like cold, nice, good cold fertilizer because it's got the duck excrement in it. I know, we're supposed to be splitting wood right now, but we got sidetracked with Jack's breakfast. Go. It takes a little longer to make it this way. But at least you get to look at some nice scenery. See all the bees? A little bit more. You can hear the ducks chattering here. Off to my side. And you just tip the back up. Is to speed it up, we take the nozzle off. Like this. So what's people got on their agenda for today? Check out the little bees. Duckies. Morning, EcoSense man. Member. Yeah, it's peaceful. Love it. Thanks for the hearts. The duckies. They're adorable. Little grubs. They're waiting for this. They want to probably get in. They really actually, when this gets kind of nasty, they don't really go in and too warm. So by late afternoon, they're not really using it. Yeah. On deck to get in. We're gonna do some wood splitting this morning. EcoSense man. Duckies. Rooster. So we're almost done with the water here. Now we're gonna go over there and get set up. Look at them. They know. They know when it's getting filled up. You coming over here, girls? You happy, duckies? Says, yeah, we're super happy. I mean, does it get better than this? We have a nice little pool we can jump into. Aw, thanks. P1. EcoSense, man. Appreciate that a lot. All right, gotta put the nozzle back on here. I'll get sprayed here. See if the ducks like the mist. Like the mist, it's like a little water park for them here, isn't it? You hear the ducks in the background. All right, let's shut the water off here. We'll coil that up later. Watch out, don't come around here, we got chickens. Look, as soon as I walk away, happy ducks. Idyllic. Country life. Okay, here we go. Get to walk through the... It's really nice here. Here with the sun coming up, and we're down a little bit of a valley, so the angle of the sun, we don't get the intense heat until probably mid-morning this time of the year, even later, which is nice. So I'll be kind of working here in the shade for a little bit, which makes it more pleasant. All right, so that's good. I think we had some folks here online that maybe don't see, maybe not interested in the wood splitting stuff, but interested in the flowers. I don't know how the algorithm works there, but okay. Work with me here. Getting the wood splitter. Pulling it out of the garage. Maybe that's a good spot. Set up. Let's do like this. Trying to get my tripod set here, but nobody wants to see that. Better? Yeah. put under the wheel here to level it. All right, just checking to see if there's some messages or not. Like the one I got about Jack's dog. Well, that Jack hadn't had his breakfast. And this is letting me know that. Here, my crusty gloves from yesterday, they got all wet. Yesterday I did a live stream before I went out yesterday to work on brushing the road, our access road. Let's see. That should be good. Give us enough to do a few of these logs. And leave me some gas for doing the mowing. Hearing protection. Got a message from a customer. Ah. Sorry, guys. There. That works. All right, let's get down to business here. Start. kind of wood this is. Sweet gum. Cut down yesterday. Garfield, thank you. This stuff is awful stuff to split. It smells good though. Now I'll give you a different point of view. Here we go. Maybe less noisy. I don't know how it actually comes through. I gotta change the I might have lost the signal there. I think I did because I switched over. Thanks for all the likes, everybody. You're amazing. Thank you. It really helps me. Now I'm gonna get the axe because I'm gonna split this guy manually. No machinery, so stick around. You can see what we got to work with here on the end grain. Look at that, lots of nice cracks. See that? Let's go. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Don't even think of going in there, chicken. And the tools of the trade here, look, sledge, wedge, sledge and wedge, and the axes, Fiskars X27, and the Gransfors Brooks small splitting axe. This is a fine little axe. It actually feels wonderful in the hands. Nice balance to it. Well made. Company's out of Sweden. This one too is Fiskars. This is a all-round good axe for splitting, for utilitarian. All right, we're gonna make short work of this. I'm not gonna mess around here. I'm gonna just try to tap this in a little bit here, like that. Get it ready for the sledge. 16 pound. It's going. Tell me when you can hear the sound. Garfield. For you, I can't see what that is. Little, what is that? Icon there. I gotta look. Let me try to be responsive to my viewers here. A little ice cream cone. Yeah, I need that. That's tantalizing. Thank you. Yeah, because it's warm. Although it's not as warm as it's going to be later today. So we're getting this done here early on in the day. Thanks for the little ice cream cone, Gar. Here we go. I could take some big, giant swings at it, but let's see if we can sink it in here. and then come at it with the big swing. Problem is you can't see the big swing here. Let me see if I can change the phone here to over here. I'm using the wood pile as my place to put the phone. Like that. Okay. Took a dent out of the wedge. No problem. No problem. Might have to pound one time more out here. Get that split. There we go. Earned the ice cream cone. Now, we'll do this one the same way. Give it a little tap tap with the, set it. She's going. 16-pound ball. Don't mess around. Now, we could try our luck with just using the axe. But I don't want to put the axe into the ground, so need something to rest it on. How about this? Is that going to be stable? Pretty stable. This is about 20, oh yeah, it's almost 2 feet it looks like. Let's go, let's go. It's gonna go. One more maybe? Nah, it's gonna be, predicting is pointless. But you wanna see me succeed, right? It's going. There we go. Cracks all the way to the bottom. Uh-oh. And then put log down here in case I miss. Splitting with Scotty. outdoors today, like there were any other place. Big miss on that one. Got a big knot here, look. The bottom. If you like the content, you like live streams, just hit the subscribe button and you'll get those notifications. Yeah, this is a sticky one. I think this one should go on the hydraulic splitter. Partly because that's working smarter, not harder. But also, you see the length of this one, it gets progressively harder to split these long ones, more than about 19 inches, which is my wood stove firebox size. I mean, it'll take a 20 if you put it on an angle. The Kuma Vaporfire 100, which, by the way, if you're interested in a Kuma Vaporfire whole house wood stove, it's a furnace basically, using wood as the fuel, you can go to the Lampa website, mention me, and they'll give you a little bit of a break on the price. And that's appreciated by me and them too. They're a small American company in Tower, Minnesota, and they've been making wood stoves for a few decades. And they have a patented design on their burn firebox technology. It burns smokeless if you from front to back, and no smoke means no creosote. Ladies and gentlemen, creosote means problems either with the wood being too wet or the fireplace or the fire unit, if you don't use a Kuma, being improperly set up. But mainly it's usually wet wood. Oh yeah. There we go. We have had our Kuma Vaporfire 100 for 8 years and 8 warming seasons, and we love it. The kind of heat it delivers through the forced air system is warm, low. It's got a fan that doesn't blow hard, just radiating the heat up through those vents. And you hardly even know it's on. So like in the summer when we're running our air conditioning, it blows hard. And you know, you feel that when it's coming through, which you'd like, because you're coming from 90-degree day into the house. It's pretty nice to feel that. So it's a different thing in the summer, but it operates on the same system. So that's the nice thing about the Kuma, is that it can be completely integrated with whatever systems you have in place there now. If you're just heating and that's all you really do, you don't need air conditioning, well, you're all set. It's the one it's your go-to furnace, ladies and gentlemen. I can't speak highly enough about it. And they're really, I'm going to say, simple to operate compared to some other heating appliances that you can get and install in your house. All right, let's see if we can knock this one through without hitting the gravel. Because that's bad. Bad for the axe. Nope. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes. Boom. So satisfying when you get them. Put that over there. All right, we got another one here. This one's a little bit punky. Not the best wood to burn when it's punky, but it works. Just don't get the BTU value that you need. I like to use a nice dense wood to heat the house when it's really cold. In the shoulder months, when we're kind of doing both, heating with our electric system, heat pump, and the Kuma, you know, because once you put the furnace on, you don't want it to be burning all day long when it's going up to 60, 70 degrees in the daytime. Might be cold at night, so we use a lot of pine for that because it burns hot and fast and then it burns out. So you warm through the night on those shoulder months, and then you're done. You don't put any more wood in it until the next evening. Okay. The punky stuff is kind of like the axe hitting a sponge. I might burn this one in the outdoor one. Yes. Go again. Let's see here. Could maybe use this one as a block. Saw on the axe. I mean, there's no shortage of tripod material here for holding up the camera. New point of view. Now it's a little bit too high, but all right. Here we go. Wish me luck. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. All right, we'll do another. It's going. Can you hear that? This one. You might not see this fly off. You did see it fly off. Here we go. Another one. I hit that square in the slot again. Here we go, here we go. Nope, missed it. She's creaking. Here we go. Come on. Ah, I hit a soft spot. Come on. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right, who checked in here? Laverne, Angel. What kind of wood is that? This is oak, red oak, which is generally really easy to split when it's fresh cut down. It's not fresh cut down. It's a tree that died or was dying and fell down in early May. And we're still processing it, my friend and I. It's not from my property, but when someone brings you the wood, or you go and help them clean up, they say, take what you want. And that's nice. Oh, come on, we got this. We try a different angle. Right here. Yeah, it's going. I'm loosening it. The chickens are here to help clean the floor. Looking for bugs, which there are a lot of. Come on. That was a chicken laughing at me. Yeah! Oh. Let's go with this. Let's make this one smaller still. Still too big for the furnace. I mean, it would fit, but. They do burn better if you make logs. I make them a bit bigger than this, but they'll dry faster if they're this size, obviously. Woo! Let's see, do we have any more? Yes, plenty more. Plenty where that came from. So if any of you folks watch the Scout Outdoors channel on YouTube. What else have we got here? Laverne, thank you. Have a nice video. Thank you, Laverne. Have a great day. Yeah, I love the smell of the when it burns. It's really good. Hickory is good as well. Yeah, I'll have a good warm winter. We have plenty of wood. The woodshed holds around 6 cords, and we burn. I'm gonna say we're using about 2/3 of the what's in the shed each winter, but that's also going into our fireplace in the living room, which is not an efficient burner. I would say what we actually put into the furnace is for sure 3 cords, maybe 3.5. Our house is 3,400 square feet. If you count the unfinished basement, which is where the Kuma is. And the upstairs part of the house is 2,400, but we don't actually heat the second floor of the house. We have a fan that draws, like a ceiling fan that draws warmth from the main floor up into the second floor. So yeah, it's a pretty good system. We thought it out when we built the house, and we go down a hill. We take the wood in a wheelbarrow from the woodshed down over to the basement. It has a side door right next to the furnace, so it's really convenient. And then we just unload it there. And we don't keep wood in the house year round at all. We just take what we need when we need it. We burn it, so we don't have any pests in the house. Wood roaches are pretty common. They're not the same as what you would see in houses like that are infested with roaches, but you definitely don't want them to get in there. I have used ironwood. Yeah, that's we have a lot of ironwood here. It's also called blue beech. I'm in North Carolina, and so beech is a very prominent tree species here. It's considered junk by the timber companies, at least in terms of building with it. They get cut down, but they also get left. So if selective harvesting is done, like around here, what you usually see left are big beech trees. It's not a dimensionally stable wood, beech, but it burns beautifully. It's one of my favorites to burn because it makes very good coals that burn hot for a long time. So it doesn't just, not like pine, when you burn it, it burns fully and completely, leaving just into ash. There's no coals to speak of. There's several woods like that. Tulip poplar or yellow poplar is similar. But coming back to the ironwood is very similar to beech. Possibly harder. I would have to go look that one up to find out. But it's kind of stringier than the beech, but it's excellent to burn. The trees don't get that big. They're only like this. It's also called blue beech, I think. At least this is what I know about ironwood. If there's another ironwood species, which there might be, I'm not aware of it, but anyway, thanks for the question, Laverne. Appreciate it. And I got a little bit more I want to do here for splitting because the sun is starting to come around. It's going to get a little warm. And I thought I'd just keep going here while I'm in the shade. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you like. I do a lot of live streaming. I don't know. I just find it's easier from a camera standpoint. I'm going to try to do some long format videos coming up here, maybe toward the fall and into the winter. Part of the reason that I don't have a good way to edit film for the video footage, because I have a really old laptop, but I have upgraded And my new computer comes in September, and I'll be able to do, this will be a desktop upgrade. Good, Laverne. I'm glad that you find them handy. I don't know, for some people maybe it's just sheer entertainment too. Um, I try to have at least some sort of, I call it educational. I don't know. Some people pick up something. I learn something usually from someone else that posts content. I wanted to come back to the Scode Outdoors. If you haven't seen them, they're a great channel. They have like 500,000 or more subscribers, and they live on a little island in Newfoundland, and they produce exceptionally good content. But what I wanted to say about their a coffee for me, dude. Thanks. I had 2 coffees today. I could use another one. Is they live on terrain where they have to heat their house with wood because they're off grid, but they don't have like Matty Clark, the guy who's posting the content, and him and his wife Kelly. They they don't have big trees. They're really little. Growing season's so short, so it makes me really fully appreciate. And they have harsh winters there too. We don't here, and I appreciate the fact that I can fill up my woodshed like this every year without any problem at all. I don't have to go out in a boat to go get it. And I have access to 34 acres of trees here. And I usually try to take trees that have just fallen down. That's the other thing. I don't have to go cut live trees down. Like this oak we're cutting was a tree that just fell over, end of life. And between a few families, we're sharing it, and it's not going to heat our. It's only I only took a little bit of it, maybe a phase cord, half a cord, not even. So anyway, thanks for joining. I'm just rambling now. Get this one. Easy. We'll switch up the axes for this. This is the little one, the one I like a lot, but it doesn't have a lot of weight. I think it's 3.5 pounds. As my friend Jimmy said, it's a Boy Scout axe. Not really. Yeah, come on, it's going, see? Punky. Almost hit y'all with that one. Like my southern accent? Pretty good, isn't it, for a Canadian? Former Canadian. Well, still Canadian. Aw, thanks, Garfield. I'm working hard. One of my video projects, I could bounce this off you all, that I'm contemplating. We have a little cabin on our property that we built. back in 2015, 16, 17, 18 through 26. We're not done. And it's 10 foot by 10 foot with a 6-foot wraparound deck. And about all it needs is a bunch of finishing work, but it's still hours of labor and time. And I was thinking about videoing that and the process to do some of that finish work. Because, you know, people like, we watched an hour and 40 minutes last night before bed of this guy, his name is Drew Builds Stuff, I think it is. And he's a YouTuber. And he built a cabin in Muskoka. I don't know what it is. I do look at it, trust me, I like a lot of content from people in different countries, and this guy happens to do really good videos as well. And he built a little 10 foot by 11 foot cabin in Muskoka on a little lake. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Hour and 40 minutes, but his videography is spectacular. And that's what keeps people watching, right? I think. Not only that, but he's talented at the things he builds, and he takes time, and he uses decent materials. Oh, good one. That's a gnarly piece. The rest has got to do on the hydraulic. All right, I got a long one here again. Here we go. Here we go. You can see I don't have much swing path on this. It's almost as tall as me here. The log is too high. Got it. Let's go again. Oh, missed, but I did split. You get to actually feel it when you're live streaming with me. You feel the live stream, ladies and gentlemen, because the action comes straight through the phone, the camera. Isn't that great? All right, let's split this one more time. This bad boy. Here we go. Just trying to keep up with y'all. This is going to be my last one, I think, by hand. And then I'm going to do a little bit of mowing. We got this. We got it. We got it. Come on. A few more likes. Let's get up to 20 likes if we can. If there's 3 people on, you 3, come on. Like it. And check out the content so that you can decide if you want to subscribe, so that you can get those notifications. And if you want to go even further than that and be a member, you could be like a P1 for $1.99 a month. and then you'll get some exclusive content. Boom! Let's go. This is going now. Here we go. Oh! What a way to walk off. It's a good thing I got a protector on the phone. Okay, folks, you saw it right here. The last hit smashed the phone right off the log it was sitting on, knocked it over, and yeah, you got to feel the full effects of splitting outdoors. Scotty splitting outdoors. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, Garfield, yeah. The phone's okay. It absorbed the shock and awe. Peace out, everybody. Appreciate that you came by. Again, help out my channel. It's getting harder to be a creator on YouTube. Especially for those who actually are just trying to start a channel. But I won't get into that. Nobody's interested in that. I've already got monetized, which only means it actually gets harder after that. Because if you want to keep the monetization, you have to hit certain threshold. Colon sellers. Yeah, I could sell eggs. We do sell a little bit. There's no money in the eggs. YouTube, there's no money. No, I don't make any money. I made $100, 123 bucks over 4 months. And yeah, that could be its whole video on itself, but so many people have them. Yeah, I'm gonna hang up, dude. You're right. Peace out. Talk to y'all later.